to research this idea of forgiveness, it seemed to me that for a lot of people, forgiveness is too generous. They can't forgive. And if the only other option is not forgiving, and not forgiving leaves us mired in hatred and hurt, then something is missing. People need more options. And so I began to develop 4 responses to an interpersonal injury. And that's what today's workshop is going to be on. 2 of them I consider unhealthy, and I'll be explaining why. And 2 I consider healthy. So you're going to have 2 healthy options to an interpersonal injury. So this chart is kind of an obsessive chart that very dry, and basically it spells out the differences between these 4 options. So when somebody hurts you, here are what I consider the 2 unhealthy responses. The first one is I call cheap forgiveness, and the second one is refusing to forgive. The difference between these 2 is with both of them, first of all, that the hurt party does not process the injury. And the offender does not participate in the process. The major difference is here in what I consider reconciliation, which has to do with the future of your relationship with this person. Do you stay involved with this offender or not? What happens with cheap forgiveness is that the hurt party says, I forgive you. I don't need anything from you. It's something I do in my heart, in my head. Maybe I do it for myself. Cheap forgivers tend to be peacekeepers, and they rush in to restore peace, often without regard to their personal safety or their integrity. To me, this is not healthy. The non-forgivers kind of do the opposite. They also don't process. Forget it. You have crossed the line. You're out of my life. They don't process the injury. The offender does not participate in trying to earn anything. These people tend to cut off the offender. You're out of my life. End of story. Here, I'm suggesting 2 healthy options when somebody has hurt you. So I'm taking the concept of forgiveness and I'm dividing it into 2 different types of responses. One I call acceptance, and the other genuine forgiveness. The difference between these 2 is that, first of all, both require a processing of the injury. And I'm going to be spelling out what that means when you process an injury. The critical difference is acceptance is a program of recovery that you do on your own. It asks nothing of the offender, which is good because often offenders have nothing to give us. They're not sorry. They may be incapable of seeing our point of view or experiencing any remorse. Maybe they're dead or unavailable. So with acceptance, we process the injury on our own. And in terms of the reconciliation, the future of the relationship, you may decide to have a relationship, you may not. But you do it thoughtfully. The difference here with genuine forgiveness is here. That in the genuine forgiveness model, it requires a great deal from the offender. The acceptance is going to be a healthy process that you do on your own, for yourself. The genuine forgiveness is going to take you through the same steps of healing, but it requires the genuine, heartfelt, hearty participation